Welcome, Atomians, to Atomy International, the place where we learn, grow, and reach the top together. My name is Mike Sujadi, a Diamond Master. In today's episode of the One-on-One Global Leaders interview, we are having a special guest, and I'm not going to tell you where the country from. We're gonna watch this short video and find out who that is. Welcome, Star Master Vladimir and Star Master Mika, because on the short video we cannot pronounce how you we say your name. Let us introduce yourself. Go ahead, Masters.
Hello, my name is Mika from Kazakhstan.
And my name is Vladimir. I'm also from Kazakhstan.
It's very nice to meet you, Mike. Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much, Star Master Mika and Vladimir. So, Master Vladimir and Master Mika, because you both are from Atomy, Russia, correct? So
Yes.
this is actually my first guest from that far. Mostly they're from USA, Canada, and some of them from Asia. So this is the very first time I have a very guest global leaders actually, and actually this is a couple global leaders. This is amazing. So we can learn both from you, both of you. So in this global one-on-one interview, all Atomians are wondering how are these global leaders achieve their success in Atomy. So that's why hopefully by the end of this interview we can learn something from all the leaders, especially from Atomy Russia. And we would like to know, how did you meet Atomy, Masters?
Okay. So I met my sponsor while studying Korean language in Seoul, South Korea. We were admitting Korean language courses, and for 6 months I was wondering what she was doing because she looked so busy and successful, and I wondered what she's doing and wanted to be a part of it. But for 6 months she kept it secret. And later she told me that that was her strategy to make me more interested and invested in this. Because if she told me right away, maybe I would just run away from her. So after 6 months, when she earned my trust, she told me about the company and I registered. Back then, I didn't know that I will start this business, but I saw it as opportunity. And first steps in our business were taken and made by Mika.
Right, Vladimir brought some products, toothpaste, toothbrush, catalog, and coffee. So we started with that, and at 1 p.m., 1 a.m. we took that coffee. And I wondered, will we be able to sleep? And Vladimir said, well, it's instant coffee, what do you expect? And we were up until 5 a.m. talking. And I was browsing if there are accounts, Instagram accounts on Atomy, from Atomy members in my country. So I was extremely interested because I was a housewife. I couldn't work because of my visa, and I desperately wanted to work as well, to do something, to develop as a professional, as a person. So I was very excited. That's how I started working, opened up my Instagram account, then YouTube channel, and invited all of my friends to make purchases, to also to get to know Atomy, and they were also very friendly and made some orders, and I helped them buy the wonderful Atomy products, and they loved it, and so that's how it started.
Sorry, did you say you were from Kazakhstan?
Yes,
Okay.
we are from
So
Kazakhstan.
Atomy Kazakhstan has not opened yet. So how did you get
That's
all
right.
the product from Atomy?
Well, we were living back then in South Korea, so we had access to a lot of products. And we targeted people in Kazakhstan because in Kazakhstan nobody knew about Atomy. almost nobody.
I believe. Yeah.
So we were telling about the company, about the products, and we were sending the products from Korea to Kazakhstan.
Oh wow, that's a long import duty. A lot of work to do that. But
Yeah,
you're Kazakhstan and Russia, which is closer, is that closer to Korean or I believe it's Russia, correct?
Russia, Kazakhstan has borders with Russia on the north and with China on the east.
On the east, okay, right.
So we are like between China and Russia.
Yes, okay, thank you. So, yeah, Kazakhstan is something that a country that I actually just knew from Mika Instagram. Oh, I wonder where's Kazakhstan? Actually, it hasn't opened yet, but both of you actually already achieved a global leader status, which is a Royal Leaders Club member. That was amazing. We're gonna go through that in a moment. But before Atomy, both of you, what did you do? I heard that one of you were a singer and one of you like a software developer. We want to hear it directly from you. Go ahead.
Well, my background is IT specialist and programmer, but I didn't last as a programmer for a long time. I was always in a search and changed my job a lot. When I met Atomy, I was teaching Russian language as an international, as a foreign in Korea. So I was teaching Koreans to speak Russian.
Yes, I used to teach English and I used to sing. That's how we met actually during a concert that I gave with my sister. And also I changed a lot of jobs. I was even a fitness instructor once. Yeah, just I was searching for myself, I think, the whole time.
Okay. And that was happening before 2018, I believe, right? And then you joined Atomy. Was it in November 2018? That was the time you joined, right?
Yes.
So after you joined Atomy, did you right away you quit your job and then Mika, you quit becoming a singer? Or what did it happen? What happened?
Well, Mika was a housewife in South Korea because she couldn't work, so she didn't have to quit anything. And I quit my job when I decided to do this business seriously. It was only around 4 months after I registered.
Yes, and I was very concerned about him leaving the job because it was our only income. And it's hard to lose an income in a foreign country where the prices are 5 times more expensive than in your hometown. So it was scary, but we took that step and we never regretted it.
Wow, I can feel it because I'm also my sole bread maker in the home. So it's very tough for a husband or a spouse decide I want to quit my job, become a full-time. So Master Vladimir, what made you decide I want to become full-time in Atomy? Because I believe you already have a good steady income job, right? What made you decided to go full-time in Atomy?
Because I believed in a product and in a company, and when I learned the system, when I really learned how perfect it is, I understood what the company could provide for me, what could it give me and my family. I found out that I can find freedom here, like true freedom, financial freedom, freedom of actions, and I can spend my time with my family. One downside of working hard in Korea was that I didn't see my family. So I had no time to spend with them. I didn't see my daughter. She was 1 year old back then, and I didn't see how she grows up.
Yeah, she was actually considering him some other guy or some like an uncle who rarely showed up. So she started to forget him.
Really? Wow, that was tough life. I can imagine. So you said after 4 months when you decided to become a full-time, so I believe it was February and March. When was the time that you become the first master, which is the sales master?
March.
In March. So you decided before you become a sales master or right after?
When I decided to do this business seriously, Mika matched her first binary step, only one, in January, and it took me 2 weeks of studying and searching for information. Actually, I was kind of searching for a reason not to do it, but I couldn't find it. And the more I looked, the more I searched, the more I listened to the leaders, the more it became clear to me that I can achieve the success here, that if I cannot achieve success here, that then I cannot achieve success anywhere. So that's why I decided to put my all into this. And if my wife could do this alone, together we could do better. So these were my arguments, these were my thoughts back then, and that made me believe that we will become successful.
Wow, this is interesting. So when you decided to do Atomy, both of you are actually still in South Korea, correct? When you become
Yes.
sales master. Wow, this is amazing. So this is what make it more interesting after you become a sales master, and when you decided to jump full force in Atomy, you become not just a diamond master, but you actually skip a diamond master and right away become a Sharon Rose master in August 2018. So what did it really happen in that from March to August in 2018?
Our target partners at the beginning were people in Kazakhstan, but Kazakhstan was not open back then, and nobody could earn money. So it was pre-registration phase. People could register, build structure, but they couldn't get any money. So we had several partners who could have been sales masters, but they were not because they had no access to income. So that's why when Kazakhstan opened in the end of July, in August, all our leaders made a leap, and we became Sharon Rose Masters.
Wow, okay. So you already built the infrastructure and just waiting to open, and once they open, they just leaders popping up.
Yes, we were lucky enough to find people who believed us and followed us, and people who worked as hard as we did. Day and night, they worked really hard. They believed in the company. They believed in the results that they will achieve as soon as company opens.
Right.
It was a blessing.
Yes. Okay. What interesting for all Atomians, I think when they hear your story, they probably say to themselves, yeah, we do that too. I mean, we work hard, we jump, becoming a full-time in Atomy, we did a lot of facial gathering. How come I wasn't achieving your success? So what was the strategy that both of you used when you started that Atomy is your full-time business? What kind of activities that you were doing back then?
You go first.
I was all about Instagram content, and still I am responsible for that. So we have divided work and YouTube content and registering new members and targeting them, doing advertising. So all kinds of jobs like this.
So I think that the reason of our success is that all stars align for that. I got to answer that question a lot, and every time I fought really hard. Why? What is the secret to our success? And I don't think there is a secret. It's just that we make a very good team with my wife. We're very different. We were in Korea, so we had access to all the information, all the products. We could visit Korean success academies. We got to meet Imperial Master. We were very lucky to have this opportunity, and we were among the first people who started to work with Kazakhstani. So it was also very good for our business. And when we started, there was almost no good source of information in Russian language on the internet, because most people that were telling about Atomy in Russian, they did it wrong, because they were not actually earning money and they didn't understand the core value of Atomy. So I often compare myself to Forrest Gump, because just as this guy, I just believed in everything I heard from my sponsors, from the leaders in Korea, and I just did what I was told to do. I was told to help partners, to do everything I can for them, to believe the company, believe the product, and just tell everybody about it. And we targeted the audience via internet. I wanted people to come to work for me. I wanted people who are searching for a leader like me, and give them opportunity to find me via YouTube channel, and Mika was doing Instagram. Also, what was maybe a little bit unique for us, for our case, that we had no prior experience to business or network marketing, and people often said in the beginning that it is easy to believe us because we are sincere. We are saying only what we truly believe, and people can feel it.
That's right.
We often heard that we are in real life the same as we are on our videos or social media, and it was surprising for people that we are not pretending, we're just who we are, and we're just sharing the good news.
That's true. That's true. That's amazing. So all Atomians that are watching this video, probably they're questioning themselves. Star Master Vladimir looks like Korean, but his name is actually Russian. And Star Master Mika looks, I don't know, it looks like Chinese mixed with Russian. So if you don't mind explaining about your backgrounds, it'll be helping us like understanding where you come from.
So my blood is pure Korean, and my ancestors were all Korean, but I was born in Soviet Union, so therefore I have a Russian name. Actually, there are about maybe 2 million Koreans that were born in Soviet Union, maybe more, I'm not sure. But in Kazakhstan, there are around 100,000 Koreans. And we don't speak Korean language, we speak Russian. Maybe some of us do, I'm not sure, but Russian is like our native language. I got to learn Korean only when I went to Korea, and then I studied it.
And that was in 2015 when you just...
We came to Korea in 2016.
16, okay, right.
Yes,
okay.
In April.
Sorry, Samasa Mika, you were about to say something.
Yes, and I'm pure Kazakh, from Kazakhstan, from Almaty. I was born here, I'm still living here, and I like the city. So, yeah, and our families were a little confused when we decided to get married because of ethnical differences. But right now they are very happy.
Yes, our families are kind of old-fashioned and trying to preserve traditions. And actually, I'm like the head of my clan, and I'm the first one to marry not a Korean girl. So that's why my parents and grandparents were kind of against it.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
My family as well, they were questioning if I'm making the right decision. So
your
had
daughter
to go through that.
Yeah. So
yes.
You only have one daughter. You said you have one daughter.
Right.
Yeah. So she's like 4 years old right now.
Yes, 3.5.
3.5. Wow. That must be a busiest life, right? Because I remember when my son was that age. But you were be able to. I mean, even though you're busy, I cannot imagine you were in the. Even though you look Korean, you live in South Korean, but you don't speak Korean. You were actually a foreigner. That's an amazing story. I mean, what kind of a life challenge when you were living in Korea into 2016?
We came there because of the medical reason. We were losing our firstborn, so it was very tough year for us. The first year in South Korea was like in fog, so we were depressed. We lost our newborn.
Sorry about that.
And yeah, sorry. Thanks. And then we were blessed with a daughter. She was born healthy and fine and happy. Made us happy ever since. But we lost all our money on medical bills, so we had to start off from zero, start from scratch. And it is hard to find a job in South Korea because we don't have we don't speak the language. We're not Koreans. We don't have the right qualifications. So it was like we were sitting at home and didn't have a job, and it was scary
Wow.
because the bills were always coming.
The residual bills that keeps coming.
Yes. It was stressful because every month I just was not sure if we will make it for another month.
Yeah.
So even though that you are your ancestor from Korea, you didn't have any relatives, anyone?
No.
So wow, I cannot imagine. I mean, I'm myself a immigrant in Canada, so I can a little bit relate on what's your experience. But with your child and then both of you, I wasn't in the shoes, so I cannot say that I can feel it. But both of you have made it this far. That was really an achievement of your life. I really congratulate you that. So, Star Master Vladimir and Mika, in Atomy, what are your dreams in Atomy?
My biggest dream, I have a lot of dreams, but my goal that I pursue in Atomy is to help people grow, and I want to see thousands. Actually, when I was on stage and receiving the reward from CEO Park Han-gil directly, I told everybody that my goal in Atomy to bring more than 10,000 people to the Leaders Club. And that was maybe my second goal in Atomy. Right now, I want to build, to help to help my partners become Imperial Masters all over the world. So I want that in every country that there will be our Imperial Master. And I like this goal. I will pursue it. We have only a few partners in Canada, but we're working on it. And we have leaders in many countries, but not in every country yet, so we have a lot of work to do.
Wow. Well, I've been following your Instagram. I can see that you're very active, giving lecture, even though in the midst of pandemic. That's why I asked Thomas and Mika, do they don't use masks? Because in Canada, we still do use masks, right? Okay. How about you, Thomas and Mika? What are your dreams in Atomy?
Well, like I said, I was always searching for myself. What's the meaning of my life or purpose? Why am I here? And then when we went to Seoul and had this depression, and like a lot of people who didn't know us started helping us. We did a crowdfunding, and they just started sending money to help our son, and that really touched me. It showed me that we're not just one person living his life. We are united, and this is our strength, to be united. And I think my purpose in life right now is to unite people. I also like to sing, and my songs really also unite. And being united in a company like Atomy is a wonderful thing, because here nobody loses anything. They just obtain family, obtain a better life, dreams come true. Like, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Wow,
that's
beautiful.
happening.
I mean, I think I watched one of your singing video, and
Right.
it was in,
Thanks.
I don't know, it was in Russia or Kazakhstan, but
Right.
even though if I
Russia.
didn't understand the language, I actually shed tears. I can feel, that your life in that music. I mean, it's really touching. I'm going to put a link, then everyone, all the Atomian can listen directly what I was saying. I don't understand Russian, I don't understand Kazakhstan, but I can feel their life in that music, in that song. Thank you for sharing that. And yes, so we've talked about the dream. So if I were to ask you, what were your biggest challenge in Atomy journey? What was that?
Maybe it's one of the toughest questions because I'm not sure. As CEO Park Han-gil says, if you want to be successful, you have to lose your mind. And maybe this is just how we were in the beginning, because we had no second thoughts. We just went forward. And it wasn't easy, but I cannot say that there were some kind of challenges, like tough challenges. There were challenges like all the time. There were people that didn't like us and talk stuff about us, and at first it was hard to deal with that. But when I think about it and think about every step that we took, I cannot say that we had some kind of tough challenge, did we?
Well, I remember that at first when I started out this business, I had a lot of fears and concerns if I'm making the right decision because I was alone, starting out alone, and fear comes from not knowing, yeah. And once I got to know the company, once Vladimir and I were studying the company, we realized that we were on the right place. So the fear was gone.
Wow, yes. Yeah, that's right. I think when you are in love or when you go crazy in whatever that you're doing, you don't feel like this is a challenge. This is actually an opportunity to be better in growing your business to success. Wow, that's amazing.
Yes, from the beginning it was fun. It was really, really fun and interesting. And while it was challenging like all the time, but we took very much interest in that and actually enjoyed it. Like all the hard work we did, we really enjoyed it.
Yes. Probably the next question was not be really relating, right? But I still have to ask you, was there a time that you wanted to quit in Atomy?
No.
That's what I thought. Because you didn't have challenge why we wanted to quit. That's amazing. I mean, what really motivated you to keep going in Atomy until you become Imperial Master? What are your driving force in Atomy?
My driving force is that a lot of people who trusted us, who registered, became members, and then became agents, and then sales masters. So I wanted them to also go through ranks and to grow as a person and as a businessman or woman, to start really living their dream, get a lot of money, and travel, do whatever they want, like have true freedom, to have what we have as well.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Well, in the beginning, the biggest motivation for me were my family. And right now, not even now, when we started and become sales masters, my motivation shifted towards the partners, because we love our partners, and as Mika said, yes, we feel great responsibility as leaders. And as I said, my biggest dream in Atomy is to help our partners all over the world to become Imperial Masters. So actually, people ask me a lot when we think we'll become Imperial Masters, and I don't have a goal of becoming Imperial Masters. I have a goal to make our partner Imperial Masters, and along the way, eventually we'll become Imperial Masters. So we understand that it's inevitable, but we don't set goal on our own ranks. We set goal on the ranks of our partners.
Wow.
I think there is a big difference in that.
Yes, that's true. When you're actually putting your partners forward in front of you, make them successful, that's actually our CEO Park said, right? You have to think about their success before your success. That's amazing motivation, because if that's already motivate you, then you will not stop, because you are thinking about other people. You want their life to succeed as well. That's amazing, Master Vladimir. Appreciate it. So if I can start from your beginning journey, you registered in November 2018, you become Sales Master in March, then you achieve Diamond Master together with Sharon Rose in August 2019, then you become Star Master in July 2020, correct? Then you enter the Leaders Club member in September 2020. That's not really long period from July to September. And then what's really amazing that you enter the Royal Leaders Club in January 2021.
Actually, we entered Leaders Club before we became Star Masters.
So
we entered Leaders Club in June.
So June, when you were a Sharon Rose Master.
Yes.
Okay, that's even
Yeah,
more
but
interesting.
officially it was September
Why?
when we got.
No. Officially, it was June. In September, we received our PIN.
Okay,
Yes.
There was delay because the PIN went from Korea to Russia, then from Russia to Kazakhstan. It took some time.
okay, but the period that you achieved was in June 2020.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. I mean, that's really even make it even more interesting. So, what are your? I mean, that is a really great milestone. Just in 2 years, you are actually entering the Royal Leaders Club member. Not many leaders can achieve that. So, both of you, I mean, what kind of strategy? Of course, I already asked that one as well. But in terms of growing your network, most people they started from their family, their close friend, and they get rejection. So what was it like in your experience when you were starting growing the Atomy, when you're sharing the Atomy?
Well, Vladimir faced a lot of rejections. My friends and my family were like, okay, I mean, they didn't do much, but at least they didn't say no.
Nobody from my list supported me. Actually, even now, my friends think I'm crazy and I'm doing something wrong. And my family, they were like, it is impossible to earn in MLM industry. So only one person from my family supported us from the beginning, and it was more than enough. It was my mother. She's also a Star Master. At the moment. Yes, we're doing this business together, and she helped from the beginning a lot. It's much easier and more pleasant to build this business with your family members.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Especially when your key partners, they're your families, that actually even better, right? So it's only your mother that is involved in Atomy, or do you have any other relatives in Atomy?
My mother is also involved. She's sales master.
Okay.
From my side, only my mother.
And nothing from your sibling, your cousin, right?
My cousin tried a little bit, but he gave up quickly. So not yet. But I think the more time will go by, more relatives will turn their eyes on a company. They are registered, they have very good positions, and I think eventually some of them will start working.
Yeah, I've been interviewing a couple global leaders. They have the same experience when they said, most of my family actually didn't support me. And I remember it was from Jack Ma, Alibaba, the founder. He said, when you are doing sales, actually, the closest friend and the family, they are the one that against you. And people that are strangers to you come in your picture and they make you success together with them, right? So I really relate, and in what you're doing, you said you only have your mom, and Mika also, her mom become a sales master, but anybody else not really doing the Atomy business yet. So most of the partners that are already achieving the mastership, they're literally like strangers, or are they from your friend circles?
Yeah, they're like our new family.
New families, right?
Yes, people we didn't know before Atomy, but we cannot imagine our lives without them anymore.
Yeah, there you go, Tomian. One more lesson from Star Master Vladimir and Mika. Never rely on family. Your family, your close friend, if they support you, that's amazing. That's a grace from God. But if they don't, that's okay. That is normal. You can listen to other global leaders as well. They have the same experience. So never rely on your family. If they do, that's amazing, right? Star Master, thank you for confirming that. So we talk about your biggest achievement, your challenges which you didn't have. Was there any special strategy that you use in Atomy business that nobody ever do it, that you want to share?
I don't think so. We didn't do anything like special. Maybe one thing I can share that we invested in our team everything we earned for the first year. First year we worked really hard, and we invested everything back in the team. In what way? We were moving around the country, we were visiting other countries and doing seminars. We were doing a lot of those, and it costs money. Tickets and hotels, yes, and conference halls. It all costs money, but I believe this is what I had to do, to tell as many people as I could and support all my partners wherever they are. It's not actually like something new, and we had no starting capital, like we had no extra money, but we just did what the CEO Park Hang-il says in his videos, and nothing new, really.
So you just follow what our CEO Park said. You just go out there and talk about Atomy,
Yeah.
everything. Don't even think about that, right? How about you, Tamas and Mika? Do you have any special strategy?
No, we are both Scorpios, and Scorpios are people who were very goal-oriented. Until we finish that goal, we're never gonna stop. So we have that quality. Maybe that helped us too.
That's amazing. So because you didn't feel like this is you're actually working, you're actually enjoying the journey, especially when you're traveling, and then you're probably doing it as a vacation to all different multiple cities. Amazing.
Yeah, this is actually our motto. How should we put it in English? While resting, we work. While working, we rest. Something like this.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Okay, so the next question: was there any most memorable moment in Atomy that you cannot forget?
There were a lot of those, but maybe one of the brightest when we were lucky enough to receive the promotional gift from CEO Park Hang-il directly. And it was kind of a surprise because we didn't expect to be on we were informed that we will be on stage, but we thought that it will be on a second day of the Success Academy. And second day is not official, it's like less official, and less people attend it, and we just share our story, and that's all. But when we arrived there, we were told that we're gonna go on stage and receive the reward from Park Hang-il directly, and I was like, what? Like, we didn't have a speech, and I went there in my like normal casual clothes. And my sponsor, he gave his own clothes to me so I could put a suit.
Gave him also the shoes, which were 2 sizes smaller.
Yeah, it was painful to
It was
wear them,
painful
but
to walk.
I had no speech, and I didn't sleep for all night because I was with the baby and the baby was crying. Actually, I didn't want to go there at all. It was like pure luck that I went there nevertheless. And in just 1 hour, I had to prepare a speech in Korean language. But we did good, and it was really awesome to be there, to have this opportunity.
Wow.
And maybe second brightest moment, it was maybe 1 month later when we were doing our own seminar, and 16 sales masters went on stage from our team, and every one of them shared their story, and I felt like crying back then, because I saw these people, how they grew up from zero to sales master, and every one of them was special and different. And when I looked at them, I felt like it was my own children graduating. And this moment was really unforgettable.
Wow.
I think that almost every month and maybe even every week there is something that makes my heart flutter, and really I try to memorize all these feelings because they also motivate me to work as hard as ever and to move on.
Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. So where do you see yourself in the next 2 years and 5 years from now?
Well, it's a complicated question for me because we have a lot of plans for this year, and plans for the next year are quite vague. It depends on how good we'll do this year, because every year I have really high plans, and as you mentioned, we grow really quickly and we focus on our partners, and I want that this year there will be at least 6 new Star Masters in our team, and we're working on it. I want more than 50 auto sales masters by the end of the year, and more than 10 members of Leaders Club. So this is all for this year. And actually, when I think about 5 years in the future, my head started to spin, because it's a little bit scary to think what there will be in 5 years. Like, wow. I think in 5 years' time, we will have at least 2 Imperial Masters in our team.
Wow.
Maybe more. It's hard to say. So if you ask me what I think where we'll be in 2 years' time, where we'll be?
I know, it's hard.
Yes, it is hard to answer, because as I said, we have clear view for this year, and after we finish it, we'll build a strategy and plans for the next year. Well, frankly speaking, in 2023, I have like this distant goal, which I believe we can achieve in 2023, that we'll have 4 Crown Masters in our team. And if we'll manage to do it, we'll become Imperial Masters. But it's hard to say, really. So we need to finish this year first, and then our plans will be clearer for the future.
Not to worry, you were just too humble. I mean, you already have so many Star Master, you have so many Leaders Club, but it's okay. I will have a sequel interview in the next 1 or 2 years, right? We're gonna challenge them. Hey, this is what you said last 2 years. Okay, this is the new reality right now. So thank you. It's really amazing. I mean, you are very honest and you very humble. That's what I love about the Atomy core value. Even though you are at the very high, you still humble. Your ground are still on your feet are still on the ground. Thank you very much for doing that. So the next question will be a wishy-washy question. So if you were to redo Atomy journey again, what would you change?
Do you want to change anything? I think I had only one regret, that I didn't get to know about the company sooner. Because I met my sponsor in March, but registered in November. And when I realized what the company is, I was asking her, why didn't you register me in March? It would be so much better. I could have done so much more. But she told me that she thinks that if she would told me in March, I would just turn away and we never saw each other again.
Not ready yet.
Yeah. So she was preparing me for 6 months.
Wow. How about you, Stamasa Mika? What will you change? If I grant you a wish, what would you change?
Well, when we started, we didn't know how to grow our lineage, and there, we made some mistakes in the lineage, putting people in chaos. And I think if I should have called my sponsor and asked her how do I do that? How do I start out before doing such important steps? Because these steps are important in the beginning, and then they
snowball.
Snowball.
Yeah, thank you for your honest answers. So we're down to the last 2 questions before we end this interview. So the next one will be, what tips can you give for new people who started Atomy as a business or a consumer? What are the tips?
So to the beginners, I always recommend to try the products. If you want to truly believe in company and believe everything people say, you need to make sure that the product is really good, and the best way is just to try it. And by try it, I don't mean to buy everything the company has to offer. Buy something for yourself that has value for you. So receive value from the company, try the product, make sure that the product is really good, and then be curious. Search for information, be hungry for information, because it is really easy to what is the word?
Misinterpreted?
Yes, what Atomy really is, because a lot of people think that it's just another MLM company, that you need just to sell the products and people are just telling things, and it's not. Like what leaders say, what CEO Park Hang-il says, it's everything like truth. And in order to believe it, you need to believe it like with your heart and to taste the products, and then become like an expert gradually. You need to understand how it works, how the system works, why this will work, and you need to believe in yourself. And after that, just do what leaders say. Just tell everybody, let the world know about Atomy, and tell everybody about it, and never stop, over and over again. Help people, and always think about your partners first. This way, it is inevitable for you to become successful. It will take time. All people are different, and every success story is different, because everybody starts in different place in their life. Every person is different, and their style also will be different. So Atomian way, which leaders will find, every time it is a unique way. So just follow, and also have a big dream. If you don't have a dream, it is very hard to work really hard. I like a saying of Arnold Schwarzenegger, that if you have a goal, everything becomes easy. And I think that's why I don't feel like I had tough challenges in Atomy, because we had a goal and we just moved towards it.
That's right. Wow. How about you, Stamas and Mika?
Oh, in our super fast time when everybody wants to get results very quickly, that's not the case with Atomy. You start out with a little income, and then it grows gradually, and your team grows gradually. Sometimes you get rejections, so don't get involved in being sad or rejected or feeling bad. Just be positive, keep believing in people, and keep telling people about the company and believing the products. So be optimistic.
Thank you. You actually already answered my next question. What tips can you give to partners? So you already covered both of them, but I have a specific question. What about the giving up partners that are throwing the towel? Hey, Stamas, Vladimir, I don't want to do Atomy again. What are the tips that you want to give them?
I think it's one of the biggest concerns I have as a leader, when some partners, they give up. And what can I say to them? I always respect every person, decision of every person. So if a person decides to give up, I also respect that decision. But I always give them like this thought that you can come back anytime. Like you are in a team, you always be a part of the team. So you are in a structure, in a lineage, and even if right now you decided for yourself that you don't want to do this anymore, you can always come back, and we'll happily help you the best way we can. So I don't quarrel. I never try to persuade anyone. I'm just giving the information, and I want people to decide for themselves what they want to do and what they don't. So that's why I never try to convince person like, don't give up, just go forward. If my partner says to me that, okay, I'm giving up, I'm saying, okay, like if he's willing to talk about it, we talk about it, but I don't try to like make him stay here. But I'm trying to explain to him that it is easy to come back anytime he wants to. He wants to.
And you make sure the ID doesn't expire.
Yeah. Well, if it expires, actually, it's not a big deal, because he can register again. And if he registers again to start from the scratch, it's harder, but it's easier for me to help him. So if he didn't buy anything for a year, so I think it's his own responsibility to take care of his ID.
Right, right. Anything you want to add, Stamas and Mika?
Well, to the person
That are giving up.
that they're giving up, to to search for yourself, to look around. But the reason we didn't give up is because we really had a hard time, and we were living in a different country, different culture, alone. And that's when we realized to when you find something very precious, then you don't give up on it, even if it's hard or you don't have enough motivation. It's not the problem. It's not the company that's the problem. The problem is you.
Yes.
So you try to solve this problem. Try to answer your question, and
Maybe one advice to the person, if a person has thoughts of giving up, maybe one of the easiest advice is just talk to a sponsor, like share your thoughts, and sometimes it helps because often people think they do something wrong. Why other people become successful quickly? Why I'm doing Atomy for a year and achieved nothing yet? What am I doing wrong? Maybe Atomy is not for me. But if you have these thoughts, just talk to a sponsor, because your sponsor has more view, more vision, more experience, and maybe this conversation will help you overcome this feeling.
That's right. Yes. Wow, that's amazing tips. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So, do you have any closing words to all the Atomians worldwide and to your groups, maybe?
I want to thank all our partners, because I never thought that our achievement was ours alone. It is a result of a teamwork. Maybe this is one of the secrets of success, that our team is very friendly, like our left line, right line, they all cooperate with each other, almost everybody. So we are blessed with really good and understanding supporting team, and I wish every Atomian also to build a friendly team that can cooperate and collaborate with each other, because this way as a team we can achieve really great results.
Thank you. How about you, Stamas and Mika?
Yeah, there's the saying, if you want to go faster, go alone. If you want to go further, then go as a team, so together. And it's very important in Atomy. It's not a business just for yourself. It's a lot of people from different countries that share the same vision. They want a better life for themselves, want freedom, and all of the wonderful things in life. And they want to communicate, they want to unite, work together. And yeah, this is a wonderful opportunity. Please don't
Don't waste it.
waste it.
Yes.
Don't try to keep searching for your answers. Learn from YouTube videos or wherever you can about the company, about the leaders who made it despite the obstacles. So everything is in our hands. Everything is possible.
Yes. Or follow their YouTube channels. I will put their YouTube channels, and you can listen to their daily motivation or whatever the video they always posted, right? Some of them they're in English, some of them they're in Russian and Kazakhstan. Always make sure you follow them. Thank you, Star Master Vladimir. Thank you, Star Master Mika, for your time. I know it's very, very busy, and I truly appreciate that you actually squeeze your busiest time for doing the one-on-one interview. Again, I thank you so much for your time.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for this opportunity.
Master Mike, it was nice meeting you, and it was an honor to be in one of your interviews.
Thank you
So
much.
when we come to Canada, I would like to meet you in person. Maybe you can
Definitely.
share a dinner. together.
Definitely, you can stay at my home and make it your home. Yeah, and then we're gonna learn. Yeah, I'm going to learn from you. I truly wish your success through Atomy and reaching the top together. I'll see you at the top for sure.
Okay,
Sure.
let's meet there.
Yeah, and to you back, all Atomians that have watched this episode, if you feel that you enjoyed this video, you feel you learned something from this video, make sure you click the like button and share it to your groups, to your family, to your friends. And don't forget to leave a comment. Maybe there are some areas that we haven't covered, you want to ask personally, you can always do that. And make sure you subscribe to our channel and then follow the next video for the one-on-one global leaders interview, of course. And I'll see you all Atomian in the next episode. Then I'll see you all at the top. Aja,
Okay.
aja.
Aja, aja.
구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.